Suns basketball is almost here, so it's time for some season previews. Today we're kicking off our daily series by talking about Collin Gillespie, a 25-year-old point guard who joined Phoenix on a two-way deal. After going undrafted in the 2022 NBA draft out of Villanova, Gillespie joined the Denver Nuggets on a two-way deal, and he's technically an NBA champion. Unfortunately, in his first summer with the team, he underwent lower leg surgery, so he actually didn't play a single minute during Denver's title run. Last year was Collin Gillespie's real rookie season, and he really shined on the G League stage. In his 8 games for the Grand Rapids Gold, Gillespie put up an eye-popping 21.1 points, 10.5 rebounds, 8.9 assists, and 2 steals per game. He also drilled just under 40% of nearly 8 3-point attempts a night. Again, that's basically a triple-double with 2 steals while hitting 40% of his threes while taking 8 of them a game. It may be the G League, but Collin Gillespie looked too damn good for that environment. When Jamal Murray went down last year, Gillespie got his chance to play start minutes for the Nuggets. His numbers overall weren't exactly great, but he was efficient in his limited time on the floor, shooting 46% overall and 39.5% from deep. In terms of what he brings to the table, Gillespie said it best at NBA Summer League.
Just a sense of calmness. I feel like I'm an elite shooter. I can run the point guard position really well, get guys shots, especially the guys that I'll be playing with or elite scorers. Just find them in spots for them to get the ball and score and have the best opportunity to help us win.
On the shooting front, Gillespie can knock down threes off the catch or off the bounce. Remember, this is a guy who made nearly 40% of his threes in the NBA and in the G League last year. He's a solid pull-up shooter from anywhere, and he actually shot a better percentage, 41.7% to be exact, on pull-up threes than catch-and-shoot looks. Gillespie doesn't hesitate to let it fly if he finds enough space, and he's got a nice little pump fake and side dribble to free himself up when his defenders close out on him too fast. As a playmaker, the film confirms that Collin Gillespie can be relied upon in that backup point guard role if and when his number is called. In the G League and for the Nuggets, Gillespie showed glimpses of pocket passes in the pick and roll, probing off the dribble, and locating open cutters. That's enough to reassure everyone he's a legit backup point guard, especially since, he put up 10.5 assists per game in the G League. Obviously, Gillespie is on a two-way deal for a reason, and our friend Adam Mares over at DNVR Nuggets highlighted his biggest weakness, which is something that he can't really help.
Really good player, just a true point guard. He's too tiny. That's his only problem. He shoots the ball well. He does everything well, but he's really small.
At 6'1" and 195 pounds, Gillespie is a bit undersized. That can be a problem when he attacks the paint. He's got a 6'4" wingspan, but he doesn't possess explosive athleticism to create enough space to escape his defenders in midair. This is a tiny sample size, but Gillespie only shot 8 for 14 at the rim, which is about 57%. Against NBA length, speed, and recovery and shot blocking, the film backs up how he may struggle to create separation as a driver or apply rim pressure as a scorer. With that being said, Collin Gillespie is a cerebral player with a sturdy handle, a good first step, a quick crossover, and the ability to pull up from pretty much anywhere. Even in the paint, he's smart and calculated enough to get some tough finishes to fall. He knows how to use the baseline and the backboard as a shield on some of his layups, and when he was able to initiate contact or even power through it, he did get some tough looks to go.
I like his feel for the game, his ability to handle and drive. I think he's a tough kid. Those Villanova guys, they're tough, they're strong, they're winners.
Still, the degree of difficulty on a lot of those shots is pretty high, and even more importantly, Gillespie's path to minutes got somewhat blocked by the fact that the Suns added point guards Tyus Jones and Monte Morris over the summer. When we spoke to Gillespie at NBA Summer League a couple months ago, the Suns had only added Monte Morris at the time, but Gillespie spoke to how he's mentally approaching the situation.
For myself, I've always just been a competitor. I'm going to go and compete, try to make the best out of the opportunity, make guys better around me in practice and games. And then also it's an ability for me to learn from those guys. I think Monte is going into maybe year 8 and Tyus in 10. So they have a lot of experience, and experience is valuable in this league. And I could learn a lot from those two guys and pick their brains. All three of us are kind of undersized guards, so Seeing how they've stuck this long in the league is going to be really important for me. But I'm excited to just learn, compete with them and against them in practice, help make each other better. Iron sharpens iron, so I'm excited for it.
Is he still as excited now that the Suns have added yet another point guard in Tyus Jones? That remains to be seen, but our friend Adam Mares over at DNVR gave us his thoughts on the role that Collin Gillespie could be able to fill in Phoenix.
The two-way players, some of them are prospects to later be in the rotation. Other guys are, yeah, but if our point guards get hurt and we need one, do we have one? I think he's the latter. He's a guy that if you need him for 10 games in a row, he could step into that role because he's so solid. He can play at this level. He plays at the right pace and everything. But yeah, he's a good player, and he'll be a nice little emergency backup.
Thanks for watching today's Suns season preview on Collin Gillespie. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the PHNX Sports YouTube page, follow the PHNX Suns podcast every day at 3 p.m. Go check out my written season previews over at gophnx.com, and check back tomorrow for our next season preview on Washington.